in the building. What's going on this week, man? It's been a lot going on in entertainment and everything. 50 got T.I. and the whole family in an uproar with this music, man. 50 dropped a joint with Max Speed too, I think, yesterday. But it's something, man. I like T.I. family, man. I like his sons, man. I think the young one, the older one, sound real good, man. I like both of them, but he got a good promising future, man. A lot of people loving his music, man. And it's crazy stuff like this just make it go more viral, more people listening to him. You know what I mean? But music is in the low, 50 been battling for over 20 years in this music thing, man. So he's sitting back laughing, man. You gotta know how to play the game when somebody playing with you, but 50 playing. But and other than that, in sports, man, the Eagles is trading a lot of guys, man. A couple people leaving the team. Hopefully, we get some good players in return, man. They shaking up the NFL right now, man, on the off season. Hopefully, we get some good receivers and return back to the playoffs, man, in a big way. Super Bowl at least. But I got a guest supposed to be on the way, but if not, we just gonna spin into a couple things this week. There's a couple things I wanted to touch on, man. I got a live like situation I wanted to tap into. That's ain't that major, but it's deep, man. It's something on my block with one of my neighbors, man. We had a conversation yesterday. It's kind of weighing on me. You know what I mean? We was talking about leadership in men, man. We had a situation where when it was snowing outside on the block, you know how people put the chairs out and people shovel on the block, right? I want to give y'all a little bit of the situation. And I was talking to the brother yesterday. Hopefully he come up to the podcast, man, and we really sit down because I want y'all to hear his point of view too. We men. And I believe sometimes we drop the ball on small stuff, right? So I'm going to take it back to when it snowed. Give y'all a little slow part of the story. I want y'all to follow me, right? All right, it snowed. Everybody, neighbors outside shoveling. I come from work. I've been at work for a couple of days. I've been away. I come in, I'm shoveling out there. Neighbor shoveling in front of my crib. Parking spot right in front of my house. He lives across the street on an angle. We're not in front of his house. We on a block. Anybody could park anywhere. Residential block. He's shoveling. Okay. Fast forward. Next day I come home, man. There's 2, 3 spots in front of my door, chairs there, bop, 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 bop. All right? I move one of the chairs out the way I park. Okay? Now, later on this day, a couple hours later, kids is knocking on the neighbors' doors, adult kids, 20-year-olds, however old they are, knocking on the neighbor's door. Whose car is this? That pop, pop, pop. Eventually, they find out it's my car. They trying to knock on my door. I never answer. Later on, father comes. He wants to knock too. Never answer. Let them rest, figure it out. Bop, bop. All right? So he feels like, as a man, like I took his spot. Like I was a taker. All right? And my thing to that, on a residential block, right? In a snowstorm, how could we preserve 3 spots in a tight block? On a regular sunny day when it's 90 degrees outside, you can't park on this block because it's just too many cars, right? So this guy tells me, yeah. That's our spot. That should have been our spot. All right. So next day, car is a note on my window. Typed up note. Hey, sir, be more respectful next time. Give me a long typing letter. Comes from his wife. You know what I mean? So I reached out to him on Instagram. Brother, call me up, man. This going too far. And see, this where as men, we got to clarify stuff in our community that we don't. This is how we harm ourselves when we can't police ourselves. Because all the times, there's not going to be nobody there to police us as people. Right? So, leave a note on my car, talk to him, pop, yeah, brother, felt entitled to the spots. I told him my opinion, right? Next, we talk again. 2-3 weeks later, the chairs are still there. It's damn near sunny outside, man. It's damn near the snow, damn near gone. I sent him the joint on Instagram where they're taking chairs and they moving them. The police is moving them because the neighbor's not doing it themselves, right? I sent him the video. He sends me a long text, bop, brother, this, that. And I feel like there's a lot of entitlement. You know what I mean? To me. So, we got to have respect for our elders, for our neighbors, as a whole. So, I never put a chair in a spot, never when it snowed. That's not me. Whether I shoveled the spot out, whether I didn't shovel a spot, whether I had a spot, I never, ever put a chair when it just snowed these last couple months in Philadelphia. But this is my thing as leaders, right? First of all, we got our family out here knocking on doors over a snow spot, right? And this is where the man of the house comes in at. And say, hey, stand down, family. This is not really that deep. Just not really that, it's not worth it. It doesn't make sense. Because if we don't teach our kids resolve, if we don't act like men examples in front of our kids, how can we tell these kids what to do? How can we say we leaders? If we don't lead when it's a small issue inside of our household, right? He telling me how he's a prominent man, respected. I respect that. And that's not in question. But this small issue, the ball has been dropped. Us as a people. You know what I mean? So for over a month, the young son parked in front of one of my elderly neighbors' house. And I felt like that was so off. And I thought it was so incorrect. And I think it's teaching and sending the wrong message to a younger person. Yeah, even if you did it for like 2-3 nights, the first week it snowed, maybe I'm riding with it. But after that, son, move, man. Yeah, let OG park right there, man. He over 80 years old, man. Let him park there. That's my opinion. And see, if we don't have no opinion in our community and we can't help correct things, that's why on the news so much stuff be happening. Because we can't talk as men. That's what I'm finding out through this situation. We have so much pain in us, we can't talk as men. Yeah, I like to sit down. Look at me. Talk to me. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about it. And you disagree with me? And the brother goes on to say, I watch your podcast, Dave. You a hypocrite. Right? And that was funny to me, man. Because in our community, right, we judge each other so hard, man. You know, some men will never tell you good job. You doing your thing. Because I don't watch nobody I don't like. I don't fake watch them. I don't fake support them. I'm just a certain kind of guy, man. And I don't look for approval from men, from people. I'm in this podcast game. I do what I do as a man for me and mine, man. I don't do it for no kind of approval. I'm not looking on no pat on the back from no neighbors, no men, no approval from no hoods, no blocks. I'm past that stage. I don't have to tell no war stories. I don't have to keep going around saying, My dad is the number one or the biggest gangster ever come through the city. I don't have to tell those stories, man. Yeah, we standing on a different kind of business. We building something different. And see us as men, I see how we voice our pain. Our pain is in us from our past. And we don't know how to really address each other. We don't know how to come at each other. And I understand. But like I said, I would like to talk, sit down with this man on this podcast and really have a real heart to heart talk. Because I believe men got to be able to talk, man. And see, Filoosh talk is big to me, man, because it's not your everyday. I'm talking about everything. That's why I brought this up. Because we go around saying leaders and we love the black community, but in 1 second, we would hurt each other, man. We would hurt each other. And that's because our communication is low. Sometime, right? Somebody might not like you already. And these type of situations can be icing on the cake. You know, somebody can have the wrong eye for you already. And that's how I feel about life. So I go through life just trying to stay humble. I don't brag. I don't say I'm the best. I got the best family. I dress the best. I did this the best. Everything I got is with the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing else, man. Yeah, I don't do everything in life myself. I'm blessed. And we gotta remember that as a people, man, because the word leader is just a word. We're not really leading if we run into a problem or a situation and we can't show our family and our kids proper resolve. As men, yeah, let me handle this. Let me talk to that man. Let me sit down with that man, look him in his eyes, and have a regular talk and not involve 10, 20, 30 people. That's what we need in our community, man. If it's a small issue, a big issue, we can never teach the youth. We can never be examples to the kids if we do not handle life situations properly. This is my opinion. Yeah, we got to teach our kids, like, when something small happens, something big happens, when you run into confrontation, because we will be tested in this lifetime. How you going to handle it? Yeah, how you going to handle it? You know, so I'm not perfect. I'm not the perfect leader. I'm not the perfect spokesman for the neighborhood, for the city. I don't protest to be this and that, but I am willing to help any way that I can. I always have a open arm any way that I can. I'm always talking to the youth. I'm always talking to the community. Any way that I can help. So, can we judge without helping? Can we judge without being a vessel to the community? To the community. Yes, inside our families, we need to be great men. Yes, we need to be great leaders. But how are we going to convey that to the world? That's the question. Yeah, so I just been thinking deep, man. You know, we're in the last week of Ramadan, blessed month. We learn a lot. We try to stay humble during this time. I try to always humble my heart, keep it soft. Try not to be aggressive at times that is not needed to be aggressive. That's what our men need to understand, because one simple choice, we can lose our life or be doing time in a penitentiary. Small situations like this that we don't add clarity to as men causes disarray in our neighborhoods, in our houses, in our community. This is a perfect prime example. Because during this storm, we had a few situations in the city. A few people had guns pulled out, pistol whip fighting. during this last snowstorm in Philadelphia. So we have to learn as a community, okay? Do we still respect our elders? Do we still respect our neighbors? Do we respect the people next to us that's 60, 70, 80 years old? All right, past respect. Do we have any entitlement, ownership? Yeah, because in different sectors of the world, right? You can move up to a certain point where you go up to the county. You go up in Horsham and Willow Grove and different counties, Lansdale, where they got the driveways, where you don't argue with no neighbors. You don't have neighbors, okay? That y'all have driveways that close. It's tax brackets. So some people sell their house when they don't want to talk to lower level guys like me on a residential block. Cause I'm for the community, man. I don't own no parking spots. I don't own no blocks. I don't own no chairs and bricks to put on the chairs and none of that, man. I'm old school, man. Let the old heads and the women park on the block. We gonna figure it out. Let the youngins park wherever. That's where I come from. And the older we get, right? Talking about old school morals and when I grew up and how things used to be, that's getting ready to be out. That's done. We can't use that no more. That no longer works. Because and I asked the brother, I said, 25 years ago, could you see the same situation happening? We talk about we come up around gangsters and in the 80s and the JBM and the mafia. And 25 years ago, could you see somebody arguing about parking spots or a younger person parking where an elderly person would likely park in front of their house? Could we see that? I couldn't. Because I've been around for some time. You know what I mean? And I see our thought process change a lot. Where we let so much go to where we think bullshit is okay. And for so long in our lives, you try to be humble. You try to be respectful. We try to be decent to the world, me as a person. But Allah knows best, man. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to stay humble within myself. I'm never going to stop being me. And if any man, want to sit down, come sit down with me, man. Because, I try to push a positive message. When I'm here on Filoosh Talk, I never profess to be this, that, or the other. I just try to make it happen from my perspective and feed the people that love what I'm doing. But my message don't change, man. I'm going to keep pushing positivity. I'm going to keep pushing choices for young men. I'm going to keep pushing that forever. And better relationships in our community. That's my thing. That's Filoosh Talk thing. We're about the community. So my shows are based around that. And I want to have real life conversation. Not so comfortable conversations with my guests. I want to bring my kids up here. I want to bring a neighbor that disagrees with me. I want to be able to switch it up. That's what Filoosh Talk is about. But everything I say as a man and on the podcast, I really stand on, man. That's why I say I would love to have open conversation. But sometimes maybe somebody that might not agree with me. Everybody don't agree with the stuff that I talk about on Filoosh Talk. That's okay. I'm bringing them up here. Males, females, anybody. Come talk to me. Come sit down with me. That's what we talking about. Because if we don't understand, as I said a few minutes ago, proper resolve and how to communicate with one another, how can we grow as a community if we can't figure out small issues inside our community? That's my question. And I have a question to the audience, anybody that's in the live. Describe what a leader is, man. I want to get into what's a leader, man, because we got to lead properly. And I believe the older men, the generations that's elder and older, don't show the youngins the proper example. That's why it's hard to change the community. And that's why it's hard to listen to older guys. Because when we run into bump and bruises, we doing the same thing they would do. Yeah, we ready to gang war too. Yeah, how we going to teach them to sit down and talk? To go to a community leader and work something out. And we can't work nothing out between each other. We can't have a simple conversation. So until we are better examples, we can't give it to the youngins properly, man. That's just my thought, man, inside of that. You know, and I've been thinking, like I said, I like to think a lot and really understand different issues in our community and how can we help them. And I want to do more problem solving in this part of Filoosh Talk. You know, we know a lot of the problems of the community. We need to know how could we help. And one way to start is open forum conversations. Like I'm saying, something small like a disagreement with this brother, bring him up here. Let's talk. The people might can give us different opinions, might can soften our heart. We might can learn something. I could be wrong. I'm not always right. Yeah, I could be wrong. I admit that. With no problem. I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm not always right. Every situation I run into, I don't have an answer to. But guess what? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not ever trying to hurt the community, man. I'm always a resource. I'm helping our young brothers get jobs. Trying to keep them out the streets, keep them out the way. I try to be a resource to our young folks. Not just my kids, outside of the household. Anybody I can help. A stranger, a patient, somebody on the street, somebody asking for change, somebody down and out. We do not have the right to judge each other as men and women. That's not our job. We judge each other too much. We too judgy. Yeah, even when you see somebody going through hard times, right? You don't judge them. Because guess what? You could be tested with that same test or worse. Yeah, you don't judge nobody. I watch people say stuff like, oh, that's what he get. That's why he's sick now. He wasn't no good. He ain't do people right. That's why they just cut his toes off. Damn. That's how you feel? And see, that fast, we becoming a judging culture. You know, we judging how people look, their size, how much they weigh. Did you ever see a fat person call somebody else fat? This is the kind of world we in. You ever see an ugly person call somebody ugly? This is the world we in. We in the world of the internet, of people frauding, people masking, people being behind this fake lifestyle on these internets. Who are you really? A lot of these people probably ain't happy when they go to sleep, man. You know? Because you look at another man's challenge, right? telling you, sometimes we look down on each other, man. My brother used to ask me, he used to say, Dave, how do you go through all that stuff, man? You go through with women, with your kids, you go through this, that, and the other. I say, don't question it, it can be you. Don't question that, it could be you. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, the same thing you question, you can be challenged with. You think when you see a man single, you might not be single one day? Huh? Who in a relationship out here that's that sturdy that they might not ever be single again in their life? I don't care if you married. One day it might end. One day somebody might not be happy. So never look down when the next person next to you, on the internet, family member, neighbor, anybody going through something. Count your blessings. Love your life. Don't compare yourself to the next person. Everybody's lifestyle is different. The way you did it ain't going to be the way she did it. Yeah, we all moving on a different chord. We all moving on a different chord. And that's what we got to do. But we got to learn how to communicate properly and love each other. Communication, love, respect, morals. I always talk to my sons about that. Morals, man, listen. Don't put your money in front of your morals. Don't be out here chasing the wrong thing. My son said, Dad, I want to do some business with you. We got to get some money together. Long as you don't put money before your morals, we could do anything in this world. But once you do that, all bets is off. Well, I'm a man, I'm going to live by a certain code, man. And that's just it. I still got some of that old school in me. I know people they tired of hearing that. Oh, man, I grew up like this. Oh, man, my daddy ain't let me do this. But that's all I know, man. A lot of respect. I could never judge my parents, man. We had our ups and downs. I wasn't the perfect son. I'm not the perfect man. But it's sad to see how much we have become thinking that we can judge one another as people. Whether it's mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. Work on oneself. See, the internet didn't do that to me. It did that to a lot of these jokers. Make us look at each other the wrong way. Yeah, I look at people with a happy eye, man. Somebody doing a good deed, or they reaching success, or they knocking their goals out. That's what following people should be about. Not damn, what he doing, man? He still getting money. He think he's somebody. Fuck, he think he is. No, he ain't cut from that cloth, man. Yo, so and so ratted, man. You looked at his page. Some stuff we get too old for, man. Some stuff is over for us, man. Yeah, I just want to take it back to old school love, man, when we doing organic stuff. If that stuff too much for you, the internet and all that, log off, man. Take a walk in the park, man. Ride a bike. Go old school, man. Go explore nature. Yeah, that stuff ain't for everybody. If you in a relationship and the internet is bothering you, log off, man. Log off, man. Ain't nobody making you stay on that joint, man. Sometimes we gotta log off, man. A lot of kids is having suicidal thoughts, man. Log off, man. The internet is too much. If you beef and if you war and if you They in chat saying your name and talking about you. Whatever is going on this internet, man, log off, man. Get into your family. Go sit down, eat dinner with your parents or something if you can. Yeah, we gotta go old school, man. I just been thinking, man, and I've been thinking, what I'm gonna do in the next near future. How I'm gonna set these shows up to make sense and build the community even more. The BS don't stop me, man. It motivate me. My head is always up, man. I don't let none of this stuff deter me. Yeah, some stuff shake me up, surprise me. I get more understanding about. Even though I'm getting older, alhamdulillah, I'm still learning. I'm still a student. I still want to know more. I don't know everything. I'm still learning. So, I just be trying to figure out innovative ways that we can help each other, man. And I want ideas from the community, from the people. I'm always listening to the community and, my homies, my close people who give me advice on what they want to see me do. Mixed with what I love. My man say, Day, you love talking about the relationships, man. I say, I never thought I would even be talking about relationships on no podcast, man. But the deeper we dig into our community issues and community problems stem from relationships. Relationships with women, friends, family. So we gotta dig into that some. Yeah, how do we go to the origin of our problems and not wait till everything explode to where we loving each other less, we dating less, we caring less, we gonna be less romantic, we taking less trips, we having less fun. So we gotta get back to the origin of how do we keep these relationships spicy and fun and still have fun with the person that we love and we hurdle through life with. That's what I be trying to get to. Let's go back to the fun, man. Yeah, every relationship has problems, ups and downs, not perfect. How do we hurdle? How do we hurdle through these things? And it takes a lot. You know what I mean? And a lot more people are going to counseling now, seeking therapeutic help inside their relationships. Um, we got to stay spiritual, turn to God much as possible inside of all these relationships. We got to stay honest and realistic. We can't set an expectation for a person that we can't achieve ourselves. We can't want a person to do something that we can't do ourselves or we're not doing in our everyday. That's on both sides. That's for both sexes. Men and women. Men, we can't ask women to do nothing that we not doing. Women, same thing. If we're saying we're being honest, honesty is a two-way street. Okay? Most people don't understand 100% honesty inside of these relationships. That's how a lot of it goes left. Okay? We pillow talk. People talk about a lot of stuff, but sometimes it's not what's important. We have to talk about what's important to us as people. So, life goes in stages, When you start meeting women over 35, they hit 40, more of them want to settle down. More women want to be serious. They want to have fun. They last spurts of fun, trips. So You got to know the expectation. That's why I tell all our men to get in shape. Get in shape as men first. Then that plight when the women and when they need you to do this and they want this from you, everything is easier because you're in shape. And if you're not in shape, they're gonna slice you down, man. They're gonna cut you down. You don't have all your ducks in order. You still sleep in the auntie back room on that bed with no frame on the floor. You still busting traps. You got your a weed pack. You smoke half and you get food money off the other half. The romance ain't gonna work, man. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. You know what I mean? So, found date. Nice job. Nice trade. Nice bankroll. Bank account. Checking on your health. Going to the doctors. All our brothers checking with the doctors, man. We gotta go to the doctors, check on our health. All important stuff. I know I'm going through a lot of different topics today. I'm just bouncing off the wall, having fun. But all my brothers, let's check on our health, no matter what stage, no matter what age, right? And let's work out more if we can. I'm on a journey to lose weight. Everybody who work out, I commend y'all. Everybody who put that into their everyday, I commend y'all, man. You know, everybody who before they eat, they try to be conscious of what they're eating. I commend y'all, man. As you know, we come from a culture where we think we could do everything. We can smoke, drink, eat bad food, have crazy sex, do whatever we want throughout life with no repercussion. So we gotta have a conscience that everything that we do, everything that go into our body, let's be conscious. Let's try to stay more healthy. Let's try to get more on point. Do the smaller things. Drink more water. Eat more vegetables. Less sugary snacks. Less high sodium snacks. That's for all of us, man. Our kids. Stop giving them kids them sodas, them sugary juices. Yeah, we got to get healthier, man. We can pump so much unhealthy stuff into our kids, it makes their adulthood even harder. It's harder for them to curb their bad eating and bad behavior because it's the way they grew up. That's what they were taught. So, we got to do a better job. This is our job. This is our responsibility. And I want to be better. Any way that I can be better. When I'm on here talking about bettering the community and the families, thy neighbor, thy friend, it's me too. And like I said, I can be corrected. I can be told I'm not doing the right thing. I'm off. I'm wrong about this topic. I can be told that. And as men, sometimes we gotta be able to say, yeah, I was wrong, man. I wasn't right. I was off with what I was saying. The way that I came, the way it was delivered. I was wrong. Some people can't say that. See, I'm a reflector. I sit back. Damn. Did that make sense? Was we just making a lot of noise? We gotta reflect on everything we do. It's part of life. Like I say, sometimes we can be wrong. Can you admit when you're wrong? Can you say I'm wrong? Yeah. This is why a lot of sit-down meetings is important. When it comes to kids, relationships, neighbors, family. Because a lot of things a person can sit down and honestly tell you in your face It's their energy. See, a lot of people give us other people energy. They heard this about you. They so and so said that. Oh, how you feel, man? What's the exact issue? What's the problem? I ain't had no problem. It ain't really no problem. You think these young brothers from Philly and all these other major cities that's going to prison and these big indictments, you think these issues was really big issues and life threatening stuff and stuff that couldn't be prevented? No, a lot of this time, this could be just somebody going on live, saying, talking crazy. It could be so many small issues in our community that if we don't clear up, it'll be hard to understand. They had a rap show last night. Lil Bucks performed. Shout out Lil Bucks. He just come home. Aspiring Philly rapper from the drill scene. They just locked up a lot of his friends. I hope he's taking heed and learning. He's supposed to sign a deal since he been out. I like the young boy energy, man. I wish the best for him. I hope he stay out of trouble and really learn. We gotta learn from life experience. If Larry Krasner and the cops and the feds or whoever lock all of your friends up, you need to change your lifestyle. If God bless you to sign a contract and you only been home for a week or so, you need to change your lifestyle. And I would advise to go into the studio real hard, right? And spit much as you can about many topics as you can. Give us everything. Give us, because you got a story. Everybody got a story. And once you reach a certain point, and a certain point in Philly, because it's hard to make it out of this city lyrically from a musical background as an artist in this city, it's hard to make it. So once people have the ear and they listening, give them your story, man. Yeah, try to switch it up a little bit. And all my Philly artists, man, write some songs about the women. Slow y'all flows down a little bit. We need hit records, man. Give us hit records in the city. Yeah, we on that level. We have some of the best talent, the best lyricists. Give us some hit records in the city, man. Yeah, we want hit records. I want to interview all y'all, man. All the artists come up here, man. This season, man, I would love, I always say it, to interview Core. He's one of my youngins from the hood. I would love to interview Cassidy, one of my good brothers from the hood. So, I'm going to reach out as much as I can and do everything on my part. But I do want to have some of the biggest and best interviews this season. And like I say, it's going to be a lot of open forum talk. Problem solving, resolving, relationships. Like I said, I'm trying to bring that brother up here I was talking about earlier in the show. I'm not going to say his name, but God bless him and his family. Everything that I say is for the betterment, for the help, that we reach positive success. I never want to hurt my community. I'm not here to hurt none of my brothers. I try to be humble. Sometimes the humble route can be looked at as not the best route. Sometimes as men, we become aggressive. Our aggression a lot of times leads to death or the penitentiary. So control is very, very, very important. And I try to be the one that's controlled and always the calmer thought process and the dynamic in most cases. Will that always work? No. Inshallah, we're protected. That we don't have to ever go to no extremes. Where being the better and bigger person does not work. Us as a people, man, I really want us to come together and not just say, but really live what we're saying. When I be passionate about the stuff that I say, it's because I believe we could do it and I want change. And the people who close to me, they understand what I'm saying. And I hope the message that I give reaches someone, younger, older. I hope I touch somebody in our community. That's my goal. I try to convey a lot of positivity and a good message. And like I said at the beginning, everybody not going to support Filoosh Talk. They're not going to support Filoosh Clothing brand. And I've been in this for so long. I'm just blessed to still be doing what I'm doing, man. I ain't looking for instant gratification. So like I say, stay humble, be blessed. Um, all my Muslims, we come into the end of Ramadan. By the next show, I think Ramadan will be over. I want to say, everybody have a blessed Eid prayer and celebration with their family, with the city. Let's stay safe. Hopefully all the brothers and sisters get together. Inshallah. But all I say, like I'm saying before, more love, more positivity. From the OGs down to the youngins. It starts with us. We got to be an example. If we're not an example to the younger community, we cannot ask nothing of them. It's more than just showing them men getting up, going to work. We have to show them how do we handle problems when they come. How do we handle everyday life? This part of leadership. Yeah, leadership is not just doing the same thing, routine. Yeah, leadership is action. We have to show what's needed in our community in order for major change. And believe it or not, we are making some changes in the city. There's a lot of nonprofits. There's a lot of people moving in the right direction to do positive things in our city and with our youth. And I commend all of those brothers. And hopefully I can have a couple of them come up here to the podcast. I'm always inviting. Doors are always open. Come up here and tell the community what you have to offer. What do your nonprofit offer? How can you help our youth? We need everybody to know. We need to be on the same page. What we have access to in the community. So moving forward, Filoosh Talk, like I always say, we're going to have some exciting guests, some really good shows coming up, really hot topics. I appreciate everybody that support the show, support me. I look forward to seeing y'all next week.